Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Lake Living in Alabama. I'm your host, Jason Will, real estate broker with BluePrint Realty Company. Just getting finished showing a couple from Mississippi, some vacation rental options here on Smith Lake. And now we're going out to do a number of previews for some folks that are relocating to Smith Lake full time from Tampa, Florida. It's such a long list, and they only have a short window of time because they're getting their child all situated to attend their first year at Samford University in Birmingham. So they're buying this lake house and moving up here to be close to kids and provide an amazing place for the kids and all their friends from college to come and play in the lake, which is awesome. Man, what a luxury that is to be able to provide this lifestyle, not only for yourselves, but for your kids. So we're going to go out and do some previews, and we're going to look at things that I think will save us a lot of time so that these folks on Sunday afternoon, I can give them pictures, video clips, opinions, look out for things that could be disqualifiers like, too many steps to the lake or, bad roads to get there, unsightly neighbors, things where I can kind of through the process of elimination, narrow this list down. So on Sunday, they can be just totally clocked in to their short list and focus all their time there instead of wasting time on listings that don't check the boxes. All right, so stay tuned. This is our first vlog on the channel. I'm excited about it. So I know y'all probably don't care, but if you're watching this or you follow the channel, it could be kind of an interesting little factoid. All right, so stay tuned. This is going to be an interesting one. Going to try to put in a lot of my personal opinions and thoughts, recommendations, all that good stuff. So stay tuned. All right, first stop on our list is 77 County Road 2025 in Crane Hill. These folks live here full time. Sounds like they're elderly, and one of the owners has Alzheimer's, and they are not comfortable with video being conducted on their property, just any video footage at all. So that's obviously a challenge. So I'm just going to have to kind of work around that with this one and just take notes and provide the recommendations that way. So when I leave the property, I'll just film my opinions of what I saw based on the notes that I take. All right. So back in a bit. All right. We are just now leaving 77 County Road 2025, and in lieu of video, since we weren't allowed to do any video work at this listing, we can provide some images from just the listing itself, the still photos, to kind of show you what I'm talking about. But lots of pros, very little cons with this one. Right off the bat, it may surprise a lot of you out there, but a big pro is it has a 2-car garage. So my folks are looking for a permanent residence, so a 2-car garage is key. But with luxury listings, you'd be surprised how many of these properties don't have carports, much less garages. So 2-car garage is a big plus for this one. It's got really nice outdoor living space. One of the sections is screened lakeside. The rest of it's open. So it's got lots of that main level living space. The screened in porch is up there. And then you've got all that kind of open yet covered space down below outside the walkout basement. So lots of living space down there, a bed swing, all kinds of good stuff. So that was key. The thing I love the most about this listing, and something that's really important to me, is to be greeted with the lake view as soon as you walk into the main entry point. So that whole main living level just has an incredible view, which is amazing. So you're doing dishes, you got the lake view. You wake up, first thing you're greeted with in the morning is that lake view. First thing you're greeted with as soon as you walk in the front door is lake view, which I love. The lot, easy slope to the lake. So you think retirement home. As people age, you got to worry about those stairs. You may not think the stairs are a big deal now, but you start getting up in age, like this old man here, you're going to start dealing with those aches and pains, especially when you're carrying that lily pad and that cooler up from the dock. So easy grade to the water, nice lawn, great curb appeal, great lakeside appeal. Really love that. The dock itself is tucked back a little bit from the main channel, which is very, very attractive to me because that main traffic on the main channel, that boat traffic, sometimes those folks, whether they're not paying attention or they just don't know the rules or have any kind of boating etiquette at all, they will come sometimes come too close to the dock, so having a little tucked away, because you get that main channel view, but you get a little main channel protection with the location of the dock. It has got a super spacious basement, daylight walkout basement area, and there's none of those ceiling tiles. It's drywall ceiling. Those ceiling tiles are a pet peeve for a lot of the buyers that I'm working with. Lots of storage. I mean, these people are taking meticulous care of this property. It's in pristine condition. The only cons I saw, there's a potential issue, foundation issue on the driveway, one section of the driveway. And then the dock, it's a wooden dock as opposed to aluminum decking. And there are at least, I would say, 4 to 5 boards that need to be replaced, some of which are dealing with, I saw one main spot where it is rotten. So if you step on that spot, your foot, your legs going into the water. So, but those are easy repairs to make. And the boat dock has a lift installed for a ski boat already. So some very attractive features for this one. I definitely think we should keep this one on the list because it is beautiful inside and out, and just about move-in ready. Next up on our list, we've got 2 listings side by side in the luxury community of Bear Pen, and these things are just super attractive homes. I think the only thing that's going to be a problem is going to be the steps to the water on these 2. I think you're going to be really impressed with the videos. Then you're going to see the dock access. You're going to go, oh man, that's going to get kind of old after a while climbing all those steps. But I've only seen these 2 listings from the water, so this is going to be my first time walking through them and seeing them from the land. So I could change my mind, but I doubt it. So let's see what we think and what you think. All right, this one's got some features that I'm absolutely obsessed with. I love high ceilings. Those exposed wood beams really make this space here seem massive. It's a nice open gathering space, and then as soon as you walk through that front door, you're just greeted with these water views that are really, really spectacular. Good outdoor living space, both covered and open. No basement, but we have a second level, little loft area that we'll go check out in just a second. And then this is the house we're seeing next. It's got some brilliant architecture. But what I'm concerned about is the slope of this lot and the steps to the water. Love all this exposed rock. And look, so we've got that staircase there, this staircase here. Keeps going and going and going all the way down to a really nice dock. But I'm just telling you, getting that stuff down to the dock, not a big deal. Getting it up from the dock after a long day in the sun, it's not for everybody. All right, got the hydraulic lift for the pontoon boat. Got another little bay here. You can put a ski boat or your jet ski ports in there. Look at this, good storage down here on the dock. Great swim platform area. Man, these exposed rocks. God, I love it. So beautiful. But you can see that's a lot of steps. All right, so I'm not in the best shape, and I'm not even all the way up the top of these stairs, and I'm already pretty winded. And I'm not carrying a cooler or any lake toys, so something to keep in mind for sure. But this view at this elevation, hard to beat. Okay, second level is laid out like you would find in a lot of basements here on the lake. This is kind of your little game room area. Bunk room set up for the kiddos. Full bath. Little living area right here. Perfect little gaming area for the kids. Play their video games. And then got a nice size guest suite here on the end. We have just come next door to 59 County Road 2022. This one is fabulous. I mean, from the landscape architecture to the architectural design of this property, it's amazing. But again, I feel like those steps may be disqualifying, at least for my folks. Think about this, right? Retirement home. Retirement home and steps don't go hand in hand in most cases, unless you've just got people that are like super into fitness and just love anything that could be considered exercise. They like it. Me, not so much. Wow factors inside and out. Incredible outdoor living spaces, multiple outdoor living spaces, which is so incredibly crucial, I think, to really experiencing the lifestyle here on Smith Lake as it was meant to be experienced. But man, look at this beautiful design. Incredible outdoor shower. Now this area right here is a pet pad. The entire yard is meant to be low maintenance and just be free to grow, right? So no grass to cut. It's all pine straw and flowers. So it's amazing. The main thing here, the only detractor could be steps to the water, and there's good transitions here which break up the stairs. This is a much more manageable stairwell than we had on the house next door. A lot of this difference right here in the manageability of the stairs. So you get the high elevation, this crazy big view. One of the things that's helpful in terms of dock access is you've got this top mounted walkway here. You can see how you've got that bottom level mount next door. And so just kind of creates a little easier access path to the lake. Jet ski ports off the side or the back. Great swim platform there, and the boat is negotiable. That's a brand new Beretta pontoon, very, very top of the line. Great exposed rock on this side. and just much more manageable steps. So, wow, this one is a big contender, I would think. What did you guys think of 59 County Road 2022? That was one heck of an impressive property. We are on our way to the gated community of Lakeshore West. It's a great community. I've got some friends that live in here. I've met several of the homeowners in here. A lot of nice folks. Everybody seems happy to be here. So stay tuned and see for yourself, and let me know what you think wherever you find the comments section for wherever this video is posted. I want to hear some feedback from y'all. All right, I'm gonna do a little extra narration on this one because it's got some funky things in terms of layout wise, but walk through the main entry, obstructed view of the lake. It's got a really incredible view, but the position of the stairwell here, not conducive for a prime lake view experience as soon as you walk through the door. Half bath here to our left of the main entry. Here's our primary. We'll go in there in just a second. All right, so first things first, got a narrow living space here, living room area. Attractive fireplace. Love the ceilings here for the dining area. But just kind of a funky floor plan. Nice kitchen, gas range. You know, it's very attractive. I think the placement of the laundry room right here is funky. Super, super funky. So this one, gosh, this is amazing. And I'm telling you, y'all, this is an ideal setup. You got main channel view, but chill cove setting right here. There's some stairs leading down to the water there. That's prime lake dog amenity right there. But this feels like, in my opinion, and I do want to hear from y'all in the comments, but this seems like a second home instead of a primary residence to me. Gas log fireplace in the master. Now you can sit up in bed and be greeted by a water view. But this is a pretty modest size primary suite. His and her closets. So it's nice. It's just tight. All right, let's go upstairs and see what we can see. You're probably getting the gist of why these preview appointments are so important, because we can definitely, I'm about 99.9% certain that we can check this one off the list. One car garage space there. Super nice down here. Lots of good storage for lake toys. Park some jet skis here in the off season, or this could be even a workout room. All right, so again, the modest living space continues down here in the daylight basement area. I do like this little kitchenette setup right here. Half bath there. Bedroom down here. But again, it's a little tight. And just a great lot. Got neighbors there, but good buffer. These mature trees. And look, just simple stone steps down to the dock. So this will make somebody a really nice lake house. Look, it's got that lakeside appeal. It's just not going to work for a primary residence or for large families, people that need a lot of living space. But we got the hydro hoist lift already ready to go. Big swim platform, jet ski port, and just one heck of a view from down here. Unbelievable. All right, we're walking up to 1270 County Road 175. Wait until you see this house. It's insane. With a bigger view, better lake view, better dock, not so much dock congestion. No way this thing would still be on the market. Closet, could be a little storm shelter area there, good storage as well. Here's your primary laundry room, super spacious. And this is what you're looking for in a luxury daylight walkout basement, in my opinion. So lots of maintenance-free outdoor living space. Then you got beautiful lawn here. Walking path, stone path down to that dock, no steps. Designated fire pit area. Look at that design, it's beautiful. But I think this is holding it back, y'all. I don't think you're gonna spend $2 million plus on a house here at the lake unless this is not important to you. And it's not important to everybody, but it would be important to me. I want a bigger dock. I want a double-decker dock like that out there. And I don't want a double-decker dock obstructing my view, if that makes sense. But other than that, I love this setting. Again, this is one of those cove locations with the main channel out there. So super chill. So if you're looking for that, you know, I mean, this is like your own little swimming pool back in here. You got the sign on the dock that you want to see, or you're very happy to see when you're showing homes down here, is that Free State Boat Dock sign. So you know this thing is built to last. The rain is setting in here as we leave 1270 County Road 175 in the gated community of Lakeshore West. Hopefully this rain is not going to mess me up for the rest of the afternoon, because we've still got we still got 3 homes, I think, on the list at least. And it's blowing pretty good, but I'm hoping it's just this summer afternoon showers. But what did I tell you? Is that 1270 County Road 175? Is that a show place or not? It's just going to be up to the buyers to decide whether the lakeside, you know, situation with the view and the dock and the congestion of that little cove, if that's going to be a deal breaker for them or not. So would love to get your opinion on it in the comments when you get a sec. All right, those of you who are still hanging in there with this video, I appreciate you. And I think you're in for a treat, because the next stop is one of my favorite listings on Smith Lake, 2640 County Road 102. We're in the Ryan's View community of Smith Lake. It's not restricted, so it is vacation rental approved for those of you who would care about that. Some things you need to know, might want to know, is that first portion of the road, County Road 102, to get down to this listing is gravel, and then it turns into paved. And I would assume that just as soon as Ryan's View gets more built out, then you'll have a much nicer paved road through here. A lot of times they just kind of leave the road very rough because these big work trucks and things like that tend to mess up the road. So, but you have no guarantee of, you know, what the community or the county is going to do. So you just kind of have to roll with it and ride the slide when it comes to some of these roads up here around the lake. It's just kind of is what it is. Obviously the view is a huge plus on this one. I love the floor plan, the openness of the floor plan. It's got some really high-end amenities, wow factors throughout the main living level. You've got this wall of windows right here that just takes in this view. And that's what I'm really looking for right in a lake house. And I want really prime outdoor living space. We've just got a really inviting space up here. And can you imagine cocktails, romantic dinner with this view? Some logistical information I think is pretty important is we're just right around the corner from Big Bridge and Trident Marina. So this is a great area of the lake as well. Really nice lakeside front yard. Easy steps to the water, relatively easy, I would say. You got this nice little fire pit area right there. Double slip boat dock, swim platform. It's really just the total package, in my opinion. All right, so if I had to point out some cons relating to 2640 County Road 102, again, one of my favorite properties on the lake. It does have a modest master, modest primary suite, if you will, and it's a modest primary ensuite bath. It's a modest walk-in closet, but that's it. It's got the views from every turn. It's got so many cool little features. So is a big, massive primary suite on your must-have list? If so, maybe this one's not for you, but you know, for me, I'm gonna be sleeping in there and hanging out everywhere else. I mean, there's just so much going for that property. But I think we've got two more that are on the list. The next one we're going to right now is in Serenity Point. This is a deed restricted community. It's proposing a lot of amenities. It's slow going in terms of the community taking off. And I think that's because only a certain number of homes in this community are going to have their own private docks due to the elevation. So you're going to be looking at probably the best view we've looked at or experienced all day. But a lot of folks are not going to want to deal with that community dock situation, especially when they're paying, you know, upwards of above $2 million for the house. So one of the things that, or the thing that is going to prohibit us from going inside and touring this property, taking a closer look, is that the sellers have literally demanded that I provide a proof of funds or a pre-approval letter for my buyer, some sort of proof of financing. And that is even to step foot on their property. Like I was like, okay, don't need to go inside. I just want to take a picture of the dock, because there's no pictures of the dock on the MLS. What does that typically mean? A lack of transparency for one, but they're trying to hide, shelter you from disqualifying the property. So they don't even, they want you to make an appointment and self-discover potentially that there is a hell of a lot of stairs from the property to the dock. And they don't even show the boat dock in the picture. So I didn't even know. I was about to scratch this property off the list because there's not even a photo of the boat dock in the listing, nor is there any remarks of the dock in the listing. So a couple things here. If you're a seller and you're watching this, for some reason you've made it this far into the video, don't do that. I mean, traffic is good. Even if my people were pretending to have millions of dollars, which some people do that, it's all about traffic through the door. So if I'm an agent up here that's working with a heck of a lot of buyers, which that is 100% accurate, you know, I'm building a big database of lake buyers north of Montgomery. You want me through the door. You want me to have firsthand knowledge of that property so that I can recommend it. Now I don't even want to recommend it, so we're going to swing by there, just take a quick outside shot, not on their property. We don't have to step foot on their property to do that. And then we're going to move on to the last house. So if you made it this far, you're getting close to the end. Might as well stick it out. All right, there's the subject property that we were not able to tour today because I didn't feel like asking my Tampa buyers, who I've not met in person yet, to provide me with their bank statements to show they've got proof of funds to buy that property. I think I've explained why that is a bad move for sellers. But man, what a beautiful part of the lake it's on. I can't tell from this vantage point if there's a lot of stairs to the lake, but I can almost guarantee there is. But we're going to utilize some additional technology to take a closer look. All right, we are just now leaving the listing at 170 County Road 448. That's the proof of funds house, as I've been referring to it somewhat throughout this vlog. But I think I'm going to rename it Six Flags Over Smith Lake for two reasons. It's got an amazing view, I'll give it that. But you need a tram, aka slash roller coaster, mobile cart transportation down to that dock, because it is so many steps. I mean, it's not the most steps on Smith Lake. I know where that listing is, but that's definitely in the top 5 of the most steps. I mean, can you imagine? Like, you gotta like get your stuff down to the dock, like your lily pad and your sun chill ring and your cooler and all that stuff. You gotta like take that by boat. Can you imagine carrying that down to the dock? That's a hell of a lot of steps. And that's another good reason why we're shooting this video, so we don't waste our time looking at a house that could never be a retirement property due to the fact that, you know, my clients may go into cardiac arrest going up and down those stairs. It's a cool little feature. So in between that living room and the kitchen and the keeping room. You've got this half bath. That's an exterior door. So if people are coming up from the lake, need to use the restroom, they're not going to be dripping their wet bathing suits all through the house. Ideal home office location. Nice study right off that living dining combo space. Primary suite, very private. Its own wing of the house. Let's check this out. Sit up in bed. Be greeted by lake views. Look, all these blinds are closed, but all that beyond that is water views. This place is so elegant. Wow. Deep walk-in closet. There's even room for the husband stuff in there. Now, I think we probably overuse the phrase spa quality primary ensuite bath, but look at this thing. Wow. I mean, it feels and looks like a spa in here. This is pretty cool. We've got a bedroom here up on this upper level that enjoys its own really spacious living area. Got a little wet bar. This will make a nice little coffee bar if you had guests that were staying for an extended period of time. So much privacy. And a killer view from up here. Big theater room in the basement. Yes, please. All right, so if you've got a good bit of steps to the dock, what you want to have to negate that is a cart path all the way down. Have your golf cart or your side-by-side down here. And then you've got this little manageable stairway down to your nice 2-bay dock. Does not have a lip, but it's got 2 jet ski ports. Big swim platform, top quality dock. I love this little spot right here. Man, that's incredible. That's going to do it for today's previews. I think we started about 11 a.m. Got done right around 6 p.m. So you can see, like, even though I was filming, you might kind of translate that film time into tour time. These lake houses take anywhere from 20 to 45 minutes to an hour, depending on if that listing is speaking to you. So, man, if we don't have a whole day, a whole couple days, a whole week, depending on whether you're looking in Winston County, Walker County, Coleman County. Now, these folks I'm previewing for today just wanted to be in Coleman County. They want to be as close to Coleman and all that Coleman has to offer, as well as Interstate 65. So that did cut down a lot on the drive time, but man, does this make this so much more efficient. Just think about being able to eliminate the ones that, that you'd walk in the front door and go, this isn't it, right? But it took drive time, it took all this prep time to get in there and look at it. But you can imagine, if you've ever looked at a lot of homes in one day, they all start to run together. So by the end of the day, you don't know, like, it's all a wash, right? It just all meshes, and you're very confused, and you're trying to think about, what features did this one have and that one have. So if you had like 15 homes and we're able to whittle that down to 7 or 5, and you just had all the time you had allotted to look at homes, to focus on those 5 and really, like, sit on the dock, sit in the living room, take a walk around the house, the community, really tour the amenities, really give it a lot of serious consideration. I think that would be highly valuable. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. I love your feedback. Really appreciate it. If you guys are looking for real estate on any Alabama lake, go to AlabamaLakeHouseGuide.com. If you want to focus on Smith Lake, SmithLakeActiveListings.com. We'll show you all the listings here on Smith Lake, and we will see you soon on the next episode of Lake Living in Alabama.